always pay the piper. You may have heard that phrase before. It's interesting to know the origin to that phrase comes from the Middle Ages legend of the Pied Piper, who came to a small town in Germany that was overrun with rats. And he came to the mayor and he said, if you pay me a certain amount, I will get rid of your rats. And what he did was he took his magic pipe, and after they agreed, he played a tune that caused the rats to follow him toward the river, and where they drowned in the river. He eradicated the town of their rat problem. Well, there was still a problem. The mayor reneged on his agreement and didn't pay the piper. And the story goes, the legend goes, is the piper played that magic flute and all the children of the town followed him and never returned. And so they lost their future. The story really does have a moral to it. Always pay the piper. Always do what you say you're going to do. Be a person of your word. But 100 years later, this was about 1283, 100 years later, Europe was decimated by rats. In fact, a third of the population died because of the flea on that rat that carried the bubonic plague. You know, how many of us during this pandemic that we've faced, very thankful it's not like that, but we have prayed more, we have studied more, we have striven to dedicate our lives to God. We've got to remember to pay the piper. Well, this morning we're going to read a small section of another pandemic that faced people, that was leprosy. There were 10 lepers who met Jesus, and Jesus healed every single one of them. But then verse 15 says, then one of them, when he saw he was healed, turned back, praising God with a loud voice, and he fell on his face at Jesus' feet, giving him thanks. Now he was a Samaritan. Then Jesus answered, were not 10 cleansed? Where are the 9? Was no one found to return and give praise to God except this foreigner? And he said to him, rise and go your way. Your faith has made you well. I believe all too often we forget the commitments we make to God. In essence, we don't pay the piper when we don't give God the praise. We don't give Him the thanksgiving when we're healed. As a nation, we're going to move past this. We will experience healing, but let's remember the healer, and we will pay the piper. And always be kind. It's a man made out of pipes. Pay the Pied Piper. Happy Fun Friday.